What was the moment you realized private school is overrated? When I was 15, my school loved bragging about their charity work. St. Catherine's Academy had this huge fundraiser every year for some orphanage in Guatemala. They called it Hearts Across Borders and made it sound like we were saving the world. The whole thing was mandatory. Every student had to raise at least $500 through what they called sponsored kindness. Basically fancy words for bake sales and car washes. They said it built character and taught us about helping others. I actually believed in it. While my classmates were half-heartedly selling overpriced cookies their moms bought from Costco, I went all out. I spent weeks making friendship bracelets and little clay keychains in art class. My aunt let me set up a table at her hair salon on weekends. I'd sit there for hours, selling my stuff to whoever walked in. The ladies getting their nails done thought it was adorable. Mrs. Kim bought like 20 bracelets just because she felt bad for me sitting there all day. I raised $830. I was so proud I could barely sleep. The big assembly day finally came. Principal Hayes stood on stage in his fancy suit, talking about God's work and Christian values. Behind him was this massive poster showing smiling kids in Guatemala. Then came the big reveal, a giant cardboard check for $215,000. Everyone went crazy clapping. I felt amazing, like we'd actually done something important. All those Saturday afternoons at the salon suddenly felt worth it, but a month later, everything changed. I was walking past Mr. Johnson's classroom when I heard him laughing with another teacher. He said something that made my stomach drop. Well, at least half that Guatemala money fixed our gym roof situation. I thought I'd misheard. But the other teacher laughed too and said something about creative accounting. They kept talking about how the school was smart to bundle everything together. I couldn't focus on anything else that day. When I got home, I went straight to my laptop. St. Catherine's was a nonprofit, which meant their financial stuff was public. It took forever to find the right documents, but I finally did. The numbers didn't add up at all. According to their tax filing, they'd only donated $84,000 to the Guatemalan charity. The rest was listed as administrative costs and program development. I stared at that screen for like an hour. Administrative costs for what exactly? We'd done all the work. We'd raised every penny ourselves. The next morning, I asked Mrs. Patel about it during homeroom. She got this weird look on her face and said, "Sometimes real generosity requires sacrifice, Kira, even from the donors." Like that was supposed to make sense. I wasn't dropping it. That weekend, I found the Guatemalan charity's email online and wrote them directly. I was nervous as hell sending it, but I had to know. They wrote back 3 days later. Super nice people, thanking me for my interest in their work. Then the bomb, they'd received $60,000 from our school. Not $84,000 like the filing said, 60. I printed out everything and showed my parents. Dad's face went white. Mom started cursing in Spanish, which she only did when she was really mad. They called the school immediately and demanded a meeting. The school board promised a full investigation. They used words like transparency and accountability. We waited 2 months for their report. When it finally came, it was basically a fancy way of saying nothing wrong happened. Everything was legal and properly allocated. But here's the thing. Over the summer, our gym got completely renovated. New floors, new scoreboard, new sound system, the works. And suddenly, the Guatemala fundraiser got renamed to Community Betterment Drive for the next school year. I transferred to public school that fall. My parents were done with the whole place.